Avengers Age of Ultron is garbage, folks.
Is it an alligator or a crocodile? I don't know the difference, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Look at that. That is a werewolf, folks.
We're a team.
Oh, no. We're not a team.
We're not a team.
Hello, and welcome to Marvel Standom. I'm not your host, Mike Cicchini. I'm Kirsten Howard, the news and features editor at Den of Geek. Joining me on today's mysterious episode is our brilliant TV editor, Alec Bajalid, my metaphorical son, Joe George, and the reigning Standom Supreme, Brynna Aarons. Welcome back. Last week, we had to postpone our scheduled Marvel crossovers episode due to unforeseen circumstances. And yeah, it happened again. Mike couldn't join us today, and he's got a lot to say on that subject. So we've moved it to a later date. So what are we doing here? I'm not entirely sure, but I think that first we're going to talk about that trailer for the Marvels because we haven't had a chance to chat about that. Then afterwards, producer Andrew has put together a game which will be explained later, apparently. Getting to that trailer, I think I'll start with Alec. Do you know why? Because he has been a perhaps low-key Captain Marvel enthusiast in the past. And I'd like to hear his thoughts. What do you think of it, Alec?
I'm glad you described me as a Captain Marvel enthusiast because I think I'm one of like the 7 Captain Marvel defenders in the world. I thought the Captain Marvel movie was mostly fine, and I just really love the character because I love Brie Larson, and I love that the character of Captain Marvel is just so hilariously overpowered. She's like a Super Saiyan or like a Viltrumite from Invincible. I loved this trailer, obviously, because I love Captain Marvel and I love most Marvel trailers. If how much I loved the Thor Love and Thunder trailer is any indication, this movie is going to be terrible. But I really thought it was a fun trailer. I was shocked, not shocked. I knew it was coming, but I was maybe a little bit surprised by how Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan focused it was, just because I think it speaks to a level of confidence that Marvel has in that actress, in that character, which is warranted. But also at the same time, I feel like they really did not anticipate as few people watching the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series as they did. I think folks are going to be fairly confused when we're spending so much time with the cons in this movie. I mean, like I enjoyed it. It's a fun, clever little trailer, and I'm excited to see the movie.
Joe, I haven't had any of your thoughts on this, even in private. So I'm fascinated. What did you think?
No, I'm kind of with Alec here, where it looks like a lot of fun. I do wonder, I think Thor Love and Thunder is a good touch point here, because I do wonder how much of the trailer is effective because it's using a good song, and particularly a song that is cinematic in its sampling. So it's almost cheating. I wonder if you can almost put anything on there and I would still be excited for it. All of that said, I am so excited to see more of Ms. Marvel. Just I agree that it's exciting that they're pushing her so hard. I think Marvel needs good vibes right now if they want to turn things around over the last couple of months, the way things are going. And I think that's a great way to go. So I smiled all the way through. I'm excited, and I'm just happy to have more Kamala back. I mean, I'm happy for other characters too, but especially Kamala.
Brynna?
No, I am definitely one of the 7 Captain Marvel defenders. I saw it like 3 times in the theaters. I've probably seen it at least like 10 times total. I'm probably one of the few people that has it like in my top 5 Marvel movies, like consistently. So I am super excited for this movie. The trailer had me like smiling the whole time. I've probably seen the trailer at least 10 times by now, just because it makes me like so happy every time I see it. Like I'm literally Kamala, like this joy I just like have in my body just seeing these characters again. Yeah, I'm just really excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also a Captain Marvel defender. I really enjoyed that movie. I've seen it a bunch. My daughters are both really hyped for this one, as am I. I think the problem that people are there are problems that people are focusing on that don't exist, let's be clear. But there was an issue here in that the first Captain Marvel movie perhaps made as much money as it did because it was teased as being sort of the connective tissue between Infinity War and Endgame. And I think people were really worried about missing out on some essential part of the story. With this one, it feels like the lead-in is based on the characters. So it'll be fascinating to see whether this ends up being even more of a gamble than the first one, really, and whether that will pay off. I don't know whether I put it in my top 5, but it's definitely in my top 10. So yeah, I mean, why not? People are wrong when they say Captain Marvel is a bad movie. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
Are we
yes.
weird? Marvel Standom has just the most off the wall Marvel opinions as a group. I think we're weird.
I know, along with the weekly Eternals.
No, that's just you weird. The rest of us are all in line with everybody else that Eternals is bad. And I do want to point out that Alex said that he's a great defender of Captain Marvel and then said it's mostly fine. I mean, I don't think we're.
I want to make clear that I like the character more than the movie,
Okay.
but I also like the movie just fine. It's fine.
I mean, there's no way that this is going to make as much money as the last Captain Marvel.
No.
That's true of all Marvel movies right now, and that'd be silly to hang that on there if people are expecting that.
Captain Marvel is like the strangest billion-dollar movie of all time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although the Avatar movie is perhaps giving it a run for its money.
That's very true.
We'll see. But these, the movies they've got this year, Ant-Man 3, Guardians 3, Captain Marvel 2, they do feel like they might be aimed at a younger audience. So yeah, I think a lot of old grumpy people are going to be excited to see it fail.
I hope that Marvel's is directed at a younger audience. I mean, is Kamala the first Phase 4 introduced character to like return? I think she is, and I think that's smart that they're starting to bring in these newer characters that resonate with people. I mean, I think one of the big mistakes that Marvel's done is what's Shang-Chi up to? That people love that character, and he's just been hiding in the background. I mean, even right away in Phase 1, as soon as they realized that Thor and Loki and Tony Stark were popping, they started sticking them in everything. That's why you get that weird thing at the end of Incredible Hulk where Tony Stark shows up in a bar all of a sudden. You know, they need to be doing that again with now the new characters that they have. I don't understand why they're not pushing Kamala more or Shang-Chi, or why Wong isn't in front of everything for that same point.
I think they might be torn because they have half the audience saying, you know, not everything has to be connected. These things should be standalone so it's more accessible to new audiences or just casual audiences. And they have the other half, which are like the diehard fans saying, you know, we want to see more of these characters we love. So it must be tricky. And especially, I mean, we say we like Werewolf by Night and stuff like that, which doesn't feel connected to anything, and we praise it for that. But then we're like, well, where's Shang-Chi?
People say they don't want things connected, but they do. They want everything to be like Phase 3 was, where it was clearly building up to Endgame and Infinity War, and they think that there's a problem when it's not doing that. So no, they all need. Marvel just needs to own that that's what it is now, and stop pretending that it's anything else. Sickness has made me cranky. I'm going to drink my tea and settle down.
You heard it here first. Joe has solved the MCU.
I have. Call me, Kevin.
You know, what Joe is asking for is not a lot, because, like, absolutely right. Like, I mean, it would take half a day to film, you know, Shang-Chi just popping by a bar. A different Marvel character should appear in a different bar every single time. Like in Phase 4 and 5.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see, like, you know how Wong did karaoke with Shang-Chi and Katie at the end of that movie? Like, the new recruitment model for this saga should just be an end credit scene where they just get like progressively more and more people to do karaoke.
You can't tell me that wouldn't fix everything.
I genuinely think it might. I think it I literally think that like Marvel does just like shifts its entire fate on a dime if we just start karaoke.
Yeah.
It needs to be like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where there's like 5 post-credit scenes and we just catch up with everyone, the little mini episodes. So they don't do those one-shots anymore. I think that's the problem. More one-shots.
More one-shots.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
real quick, Chris. Somebody just has to say the words Flurkin Army so we can move on.
Yes.
There's an army of Flurkins.
The most exciting shot in that trailer was nothing superhero related, none of the wonders of the cosmos. It was just a gaggle of cats running down the stairs. And my kid just screamed like, Goose! Like that's the star of this movie. Goose is the star. And if they accept that and they lean into that, we've got ourselves another $1 billion baby here. That's what I think. Well, that's it for this special episode of Marvel Standom. Make sure you're subscribing to us wherever you are right now. We're Den of Geek TV on Twitch and Den of Geek US on YouTube. Don't forget to check out our web home of denofgeek.com, where you can find all our Marvel coverage. Drop us a line. Let us know your burning questions and what you want us to cover in upcoming episodes. We're Marvel Standom on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you all for watching, listening, following, and subscribing. This has been Marvel Standom on the Den of Geek Network. Until next time, please be good to each other and stay safe.